Gang. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you when to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And good afternoon and welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Okay, today, the NASDAQ, which has been leading the market, is down big time, nearly 300 points. Now, if you were a member, you would understand why, and you wouldn't have gotten caught. Because what they did, remember, the yield, the 10-year yield, big tech stocks hate high yields. They want low yields. So when oil kept going up and the banks kept going up, people on Wall Street started to get upset. People in Congress started to get upset because, as I tell you every day, they're overweight tech stocks, especially the FANG stocks, especially Microsoft and Apple. And then you have, of course, your FANG stocks, the Netflix, and the rest of you know them all. So a lot of pressure came on to get those interest rates back up. So, back down when they're at 168. So at 168, they started to push them down. And how do they do that? Called quantitative easing. They print money, take the money, buy 10-year Treasury yields. I'm talking about the Federal Reserve. And then they automatically, by buying those 10-year Treasury yields, the yields start going down. And the yields go down from 168 down to 147, the big tech stocks started to take off again. And then they decided today they want to get the banks moving, so they turn around and they say, okay, now what we're going to do is turn around and we're going to sell bonds and move the yields back up. So they went from 168 down to 147, and that's why you had the big tech stock move. Then they moved from 147 back up to 158. And now the tech stocks are going down. But if you're a gang member, you're with it. We watch this every day. We talk about this every day. We start at 4 o'clock in the morning watching what's going on over Europe. And then we pretty much know what's going to happen with the bond yields here. And we always make sure our members understand this. So they're never caught. They're never caught. So I always tell them the most important thing you look at is the bond yields. Because see, the bond market tells the truth. That's where you find out what's going on in the bond market. And what I call my trend crash. Everybody looks at the trend of the stock market, but nobody ever looks at the trend crash. And what's the trend crash? Those are all the things that are setting a trend that are going to cause the market to crash. But, here's one thing about the stock market. The stock market is not a cruel place. The stock market always gives you messages. You just got to read those messages. They send you messages. As long as you read them. But it's hard to read them because the fake business news networks mask those messages so you don't see them. With euphoria, with hope. That's what they do every day. Get you so hopeful and so excited. They mask what's going on underneath so you don't see it. You don't see the messages from the market that will protect you. That's another thing we do here. We make sure that we get those messages. We see them clearly. We know what's going on, just like the bond market today. When the yields started to go back up, we knew the big tech stocks would start going back down. But the stock market, as I say, is a great place because it will give you the messages if you just know where to look for them. And so, join the gang. I guess that's all I could say. Then you always be on the right side. And then you don't care if the market's going up or down. But the trend crash is so important. Because while the stock market is going up artificially since 2008 by 400%, remember the stock market in 2008, after a crash, they had to make a decision. Our owners had to make the decision.
You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear.
I love Garland. So our owners, after the 2008 crash, had to make a decision. Are we going to grow this economy back up? Are we going to just take this economy, let's just grow it back? Or do we want to rig it to go up? Because rigging it, we can make much more money. Really, that's what it was all about in 2008. And that's what every crash, they have to make that decision, our owners. Are we going to go, we got to make a decision, economic recovery, or do we prop up the market? And they went for propping up the economy and propping up the stock market, called quantitative easing, where they bring interest rates down to zero so they could keep pushing stock market up artificially and then convince everybody the stock market was the economy. That's what they did. So they bring interest rates down to zero, and by keeping rates at zero, our owners were getting wealthy. Who's they? Not the 1 percentile. We're talking about the 1/100th of 1% who own big shares of the banks. That gives them an opportunity to control the big shares of the Federal Reserve. So they control the big banks. Now they control the Federal Reserve. They're the 1/100th of 1%. So they decided in 2008 it's too much work to have a real recovery. Because with a real recovery, remember, it starts with it benefits everybody, first of all. And the first thing it does, it calls for a recession. You got to take a little bit of pain. You got to get rid of debt. Corporations got to get rid of their debt, clean up their balance sheets. People, individuals, clean up their balance sheets, get rid of their debt, their excess. It's a little painful. But once you clean up that debt, everything starts working. And then you also get rid of the bad companies. You get rid of the bad players. They're gone. Then you increase business investment. You have to work with the government to cut regulations, increase productivity, increase jobs, wages, savings, and then then you have all these small startup businesses, the backbone of our recovery, our economy. That's how you grow, but it takes time. But no, they decided, let's not do that. Let's just prop it up. We'll prop up the economy, and then we'll get the stock market soaring by pretending the market's going up. We'll pretend earnings are going up, and we'll prop them up. We'll financially engineer earnings so stock prices will go up. And then we'll make a fortune, and it only benefits who? That only benefits the largest shareholders. It only benefits Wall Street, the biggest banks, the largest shareholders. That's it. It doesn't benefit the company. It doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit Main Street. So they went for the propping. But now you got to be looking out for the messages that are taking this market back down. And there's 3 messages that always tell you. They always work. Those 3 messages never fail you. They will always tell you way in advance if the market is going to crash, especially if you're following what we call the trash trend. We'll talk about that when we get back and what you have to watch. 3 things.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney at Phil'sGang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
With the Phil'sGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at Phil'sGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At Phil'sGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And Phil'sGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the Phil'sGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at Phil'sGang.com. That's Phil'sGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Graney at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
The unfolding of a market crash. If you don't think the stock market is going to crash, then you got to be nuts. This is going to be one of the biggest crashes ever. Just because they're stimulating the economy, they're plugging money in, keep driving up the debt. No, the market is going to crash. I bring you evidence every Friday on my YouTube channel. I review the week and tell you why we're getting closer to crash. So don't miss it. It's free for everyone. Go to my YouTube channel, Phil's Gang YouTube channel. And this will probably be the most important week because I'm going to show you what I call my trend crash. It's important to follow the trend of a market that is crashing. Markets, like this stock market's been going up, but it goes up for the wrong reasons. The market keeps going up because they keep interest rates near zero. Near zero. And they have all this QE where they're monetizing debt. Simply means they print all this money to give the CEOs and get the investors to go in and buy stocks. Buy their own stocks to push the stocks up artificially. And then they print enough money to give CEOs. They go to the CEOs and they say, okay, instead of your company going bankrupt, you're having a bad quarter, how about if we come in and rig it so your stocks can go up? We'll come in and monetize your debt. Big fancy name, which simply means we'll come in and take over all your losses. We'll buy from you your assets. And then we'll give you cash to keep you going. So we'll buy if you have treasuries, we'll buy your treasuries. If you have debt, we'll buy your debt. And we'll put it on our balance sheet, the Federal Reserve. You can keep going. That's amazing, isn't it? But see, that's the decision they have to make when the market crashes. Do they prop up a stock market so it benefits the few, Wall Street, the big banks, the big shareholders, and that's it? Or they do what's right to go in and take the economy, put it into a recession, get rid of all the debts, start fresh, then take money and plow it into business investment, new machinery, new equipment, with the idea of producing. Go in and produce goods. And then if you're producing goods and selling goods, wages go up. Everything happens that's good. Savings go up, more investment goes up, and everybody benefits. But the owners, this time around 2000, they said, oh, we're going to benefit because we got hurt so badly. Let's just take care of ourselves. Now, after 13 years of rigging, financially engineering the market, and I wish you were with us during those 13 years because it's one hell of a ride. But you get to a point where that ride stops. And this is where people get hurt. And there's messages from the market that tell you all the time what's going on. So you don't get surprised. So that you not only are out of your stocks, but you switch your position. So when the market crashes or your stock's going to go down, you're making money on the way down. Now, the messages from the market, and as I say, please, everybody, it's free. Go to my YouTube channel this Friday night. It'll be posted. I'll explain all this to you on the YouTube channel. But think about the messages that you get from the market. And first of all, what always happens, the first thing that always happens is all this inflation occurs. Because the government keeps increasing they print a lot of money, keep printing, to keep spending like what Biden's doing. They do that on purpose to keep increasing inflation, to keep devaluating the dollar. So when they pay their debt back to China or the Saudis, they're paying debt back with devalued dollars. So they want to create as much inflation as they can, and they do that through crazy spending like they're doing now. So let's check that one off. Exactly what's going on now. Exactly what goes on with all the other crashes in the past. Second, all the time, housing. Housing will start taking a hit. So when you see housing peak, when houses start peaking, prices start peaking, you got a problem. Because always in history, if you go back to any crash, when housing market peaked, every time it peaked, the stock market would start crashing. Do you remember the last time when people had to make a decision? Do I pay my house payment or do I pay my car payment because of inflation? Because again, remember, just what I said to you, remember what the government does on purpose? They make sure they create inflation. They create inflation. They want that inflation to devaluate the dollar, to pay Saudis and the Chinese with devalued dollars. So we know there's inflation, and we know that the housing market right now is nuts, and it's starting to peak. The median home prices rose roughly 30%. If you go back since April of 2020 to now, up 30%. Wages and income are growing so much slower. And you remember Biden lied and he said, oh, no. Wages are growing faster than inflation. That was a bold-faced lie. Now think about this. It's taken 50 years for home prices to increase 118%. It took 1 year, just the 1 year, from April 2020 to April 2021 for housing prices to go up 30%. It took 1 year to go up 30%, but it took 50 years to go up 118%. We're peaking. A median household income to afford a house today. The average home is $144,000. To afford the house today, you should pay no more than 30% of your gross monthly income to qualify. You should pay no more than 30% of your gross monthly income. But the problem is that median household incomes are only at $69,000, but houses went up 30%. So you see, that's why we're peaking. When I get back, I'll tell you the final one and the most important one that tells you the market's ready to crash.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market go up.
Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, I told you there's 3 items that happen every time before a market crashes. And I'm going to go through this in detail Friday on my YouTube channel. I do it every night, my unfolding of the stock market crash. And I'm going to show you what I call my trend, crash. What identifies the trend? Is the trend going to crash, or is the trend not going to crash? Now,